In this video, we'll walk through Data Explorer. So Data Explorer can be found when you open the Data Messenger and you come on this magnifying glass right here. So if you click on it, what will happen is it'll kind of give you the whole point of Data Explorer. But at the end of the day, it's to help show the user in the different contexts that get generated as the language model's learning. It not only will show you, really these types of concepts that are available to the user, but at the same time, if you pick the transfers one here, what it'll do is it will do a snippet of a query of a snippet of data, and then be able to show you all the different pieces of data that are available within here that the user can query. So in the context of transfers, you'll be able to see that, you can look at overall fees, receiver, sender fees, who the sender is, who the receiver is, who the app provider is, or really the provider for that transfer as well. And then if you click on a couple of them, I can click here and you see it starts giving me samples. Now, if I'm interested in a particular one as an example, you can just start, clicking here, and then you just can type in, IBTC as an example. Then what it'll happen is it will go and find that. You can insert there. And then if you're interested in providing a certain date as well, you can click on that. And then you'll see you can do, aggregations with group bys there as well. Or if you're just interested in certain transfers for, let's say today as an example, then that's available. I click that, and then what happens is it'll take you to the main Data Messenger window here, execute the query for you, and then you have all that particular information where you can see all of those, who they were to, and then you can continue with your regular analysis as well. In the case that you're interested in looking at, maybe the number of transfers, and you want to take a look at that per sender as well. So you see all the different senders that were sent on that particular provider node and how many there were as well as part of that. Okay, so if we go back here, I can switch from transfers as an example to transactions as an example, or transactions, defined in the documentation. You have transfers and then rewards as well as part of this. There's a balance change and then a resulting balance as well here. Also shows holding fee rates if there's any of those as well, but similar type of feel where you can click on some of these dimensions and then execute the queries from there. You can keep moving on to different ones if you're interested in really what the traffic fee costs are. You can see here who the user is, how much traffic was purchased, and of course the Canton coin spent as well on those, which of course the Canton coin spent is, dependent upon the current exchange rate as well as part of it in USD. And then you can see those again. You can click the different ones and take a look from that standpoint too. Other interesting ones is you can look at like minting efficiencies, balances, wallets, coupons is another interesting one, validator coupons, and then the minting efficiencies as an example for the app here. You can see different pieces of information. You got your users here, what the app rewards were, how many coupons were actually generated for that, and then what the minting efficiency was from there. So quite helpful, and then you can pretty easily see which are featured apps versus unfeatured apps as well. But again, just shows you the information available to you as a user that you can query around. And then if you want to start building queries here, you can start clicking on these and then seeing how these different ones end up getting generated from that standpoint. Again, dates as well, and those pieces. And just for note, sometimes you'll see with the dates, it'll say DOW, which is just day of the week. So sometimes you want to take a look at multiple days over multiple weeks. And then sometimes you may want to do an aggregation or an average aggregation as an example to look at kind of days of the week. So to look at all the Mondays in a month, all the Tuesdays, etc., etc. So this is where I suggest everybody starts. Very easy. You can see all the different pieces of information that are available to them. And then you can start learning how to build queries from there. And typically the onboarding process is quick. And as more data gets added to the underlying data warehouse, then more topics will be generated and you'll have access to more data as well as the network grows.